Hey, so hello. This is my first vlog ish. I've recorded myself speaking into the camera a lot, but I'm going to attempt to do this daily vlog thing. My name is Bruce. I go by many other different names I have in my life. Recently Starlove, still Lavitz in games and other circles, but I am just a guy. I could rattle off, I'm a software engineer, a web developer, game designer. I enjoy martial arts and I do all these things. I could rattle that off. Um, I just wanted to, get this ball rolling. Not here to just, I mean, I guess this is just talking about myself, isn't it? Talking about my experiences and my thoughts that I'm having. I'm primarily doing this to get more comfortable in front of the camera, to articulate myself better, and to share ideas, and to maybe spark some conversation, some discussion. And one of the many things that I'm doing, because I'm someone who is just interested in so many things and wants to do so many things, and even as as often as I'm told to just do one thing at a time and make one thing all the way through and then the next thing, I am going to continue to keep doing as many different things as I can. One of which is to do interviews and podcasts, and I have done a number of these. With the interviews, I've been delaying uploading the rest, and actually, it's because I want to go back and take down the ones that I've uploaded, retouch them up. It's been a year since I did my first round of interviews at a tech conference and at other places. A number of different people I want to interview all over the spectrum too, not just tech, the spectrum of life, that is. Interested in so many things, and on the topic of interviews and podcasts, I want to amplify the voices of people doing really cool stuff. As I say, the next generation of thought leaders, of creatives, because I got all of these ideas for society and how to make things better and app ideas, game ideas, but there are experts in their field and people who have spent many more years thinking about these things that have really solid ideas, and I want to amplify them, especially because there's just so much slop on the internet. And yeah, it's a matter of who you are as a user, as a denizen of the internet, and how you've curated your algorithm as to if you see slop or if you see good content. A lot of people, I don't know who's going to watch my first vlog. I don't know if anyone's watching at all. But that's one of my many plans, is to do that. And I have, I think a lot. A little crazy almost even. Notebooks full of ideas and an internal desire to share. Hey, I thought about this. Hey, this might help people. I have a lot of conversations one-on-one in group settings with people where I'm just sharing what I've learned, sharing my wisdom, and people saying that, wow, you're so wise. Wow, that really helps. And it's like, it helped me. I'm just passing it on. And there's some things that I've learned firsthand and some original thoughts that I have that maybe people would find valuable. Anyway, I don't want to think too much about this stuff. And so I'm someone who can talk for hours, and has talked for hours on all sorts of topics. I know a decent amount of things about a lot of things, and I know a lot about some things. And I get very passionate, very energized when talking about these things. Learning. I love learning. I love having these conversations. I've learned most through talking with other people. I actually haven't read too many books, to be honest. I'm not someone who watches a lot of TV or movies. I currently, and for a lot of my life, have zero desire to watch anything right now. It's like, I am reading a lot nowadays, but I'm really trying to talk to people, learn from them. Like, imagine someone has read 20 books on a subject, or has just otherwise spent a lot of their life on a subject. They've spent the time to distill it all into something, and I want that something. Like, hey, you've done the work for me. And then to just flip on the camera and talk to them and hear that from them, and then to be able to share it with you, to be able to share with anyone. So that's something I want to do. And so while I can talk for hours and hours, I do want to keep these vlogs very short. And so I'll end with, lately on my mind, especially on the topic of, on this attempt to do a vlog and to express myself, is expressing oneself through the internet, which, especially in text form, if you're tweeting, threads, whatever, to have a flat, two-dimensional medium in which to convey yourself, in which to attempt to understand other people, it's nigh impossible. I mean, maybe some people are very simple and to the point as a person, which not really bad, and not as like an ego thing at all, just as a matter of fact, I am a very complex person. And so every time I attempt to express myself through the internet, especially in text form, it does kind of feel like I'm contorting myself into this small, peculiar shape. And, you know, a lot of the time I'm not trying. I'm just, I go online, I fire off some idea, like I'll be doing housework or whatever, and I'll get an idea, and then I'll pull out my phone, you know, type it out and send it, and then that's it. I don't look for feedback, I don't look for whatever, I'm just poof. Lately, I am trying to be more of a reply guy. I am trying to engage with other people. Because again, one, learning from other people. Two, I have been feeling kind of lonely. As I've made a lot of changes in my life, I've been growing apart from some people, from some things, especially the people I used to play games with. How do I put it? Not really resonating with quite much. Not that they're bad people or anything of the sort. Just looking for my tribe. And so I'm trying to engage with people who think deeply, not necessarily deeply, just think about things in a way that I agree with, resonate with, and even disagree with. I don't mind talking to people I disagree with because I want to understand the world through their eyes, through their perspective. I've kind of had like this grand quest in my life to understand the world through everyone's eyes, because I grew up in a world, I was 6 when 9/11 happened, 6, 7, and I was just like, what kind of world am I growing up in where people are killing each other? Like, what is this? Can you imagine just innocent little kid and people are killing each other? I'm like, what is happening? What is this world? And so I've sought to understand conflict because I want to save the world. I want to end conflict. I don't know if that's possible now with all that I've learned. I think, and I choose to believe that we can eliminate violent, lethal conflict. I believe conflict, as in general, is necessary for growth, and I can expand on that. You know, the Shiva Shakti, the yin yang, you can't have one without the other, and it's in the middle that growth happens, yada yada. But I believe that we can end lethal conflict. And I can elaborate on that. So, where am I? Let me come back to the fact that here I am trying to express myself. And it feels weird, and most of the time I'm not trying. Lately, I have been kind of trying. I'm, especially as of late, turned 30. I've done an amazing amount of inner growth. You know, I used to be someone that couldn't imagine having kids, didn't want kids, couldn't imagine being a father. But I wasn't someone who was capable, who was responsible to do that. So in the last year or two, I've been really cozying up to that idea. I'm like, of course, I want to find my wife. Like, but how am I going to? It doesn't seem to be, at least where I'm located right now. No judgments per se, but in my experience, don't think I'm going to find her here. Definitely need to move somewhere. Maybe I'll find her through the internet. But that's not what this vlog is about. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm a little romantic and that's on my mind too. So expressing oneself through the internet. I want to make more friends. I want to find her. I want to meet collaborators for one or many of the projects that I have in mind or that I'm actively working on. I work on New Paradigm Navigators of the Scientific and Medical Network. I want to do game design, game development, and this is honestly something that has been at my core since I was a little kid. You know, a lot of people who play games, oh, I want to make games for a living, but like, I went to an academy, I founded a high school club, collegiate club, wanted to do all these things, and I didn't. But long story short, let's say I did field research. Because in order to create a really good story and a really good game, you really need to understand people and the human condition. Yeah, I don't want to like see, is hesitant to even talk about these things because I don't want to set myself up for expectations that I can't meet and then fail and then blah blah blah. So hey, one step at a time. I'm going to do this daily vlog and see what it turns into. And so I'll end with a question, actually. How do you feel about expression on the internet? Do you feel like you should try to be authentic in who you are on the internet? Do you think the internet's just for memes and jokes and whatever? Is it an impossible task? Is it something that maybe through video and through perhaps a reimagination of social media itself? Oh, I've got so many ideas, like the next gen MySpace mixed with this and that and that. It could be great. Maybe we'll get there, and maybe that'll feel good. But how do you feel about expression on the internet? How do you feel? Does it feel like you're contorting yourself? Are you not trying at all, and it's purely just for your jokes or whatever? How do you feel about people being authentic on the internet? You know, is it inspiring? Is it cringe? Is it... If you're even still watching, what, 11 minutes in? I don't know if anyone's watching. So, vlog 1. I'm Bruce. Thanks for watching. How do I sign this off? I don't know. Be well, honestly. Thanks.